Twende tukalale.
Kwani una mpango wa kuniangamizia hapa?
Wewe ndo umejitakia, sio mimi.
Wewe unafanya nini hapa wewe?
Inasema hiyo swali ni moja. Nani aliye? Hakuna swali yako.
Hata wanzangu wakinichongoa.
Cindy.
Mama Kenchi nisaidie.
Wananitagundu.
Kuna watu wamenikimbiza.
Mimi sitaki maneno mengine mingi Mogaka, ni pesa nataka.
Sahi.
Nauliza aje? Kichele pande yako become through.
Hawa si walipikwa marata.
You are looking at the new Kung Fu master. Sakarunge.
Imposter.
Hawa watu ni mawatuanga.
Wamepita na ngapi? Usiniulize maswali ieleweki.
Very disappointed in you. Yaani unaacha mwanamke peke yake kwa vita. Wale walikuwa waibi. Unaweka tactic. Now you poke. Ini distraction.
Yes.
Mogako umening'oa meno.
Njiri hauna meno ya juu.
Nimeimesa.
Got the fear of missing out? Want to keep up with all the latest entertainment news and latest celebrity gossip? From the latest rumors to popping events to the newest fashion trends, here is where you get all the tea or juice when it comes to entertainment, and you get it served on time. All that and so much more on Grapevine every single Monday only on KBC Channel 1. Remember, if you did not see it on Grapevine, then it most probably never happened.
President, Dr. Chung got shot. Huh? Never asked anyone to cut corners, and I never will.
Wipe his face. They're here.
Defibrillator, 200. Clear.
A very good morning to you. My name is Daniel Wahome, and welcome to Sports Check on this Monday morning. It is the 3rd day of November 2025 for our country, and especially for the people of Elgeyo-Marakwet County. It is a sad day with at least 26 people confirmed dead, and this was after landslides hit Elgeyo-Marakwet East. Our reporter Givers on Minor will be giving us the updates, and also, the government will also be giving updates on the operations around that area, given that we know it is a critical time, especially for the young people of the country, with national examinations going on, which means that there are those who are affected. And from the last report that we got, it was actually a sad thing, because people of the 26 who've been confirmed dead, they are relatives all coming from one same place. And so our condolences, and as we take a look at how the National Disaster Management Committee will be giving us updates on that. Besides that, also remember that we have got other updates, especially to do with the weather. And yes, earlier this morning we had, the PS Professor Bitok witnessing the opening of KCSE exams in Westlands. So those ones, that's another one that we are going there. So we shall be keeping you updated on that. But this morning on Sports Check, 2 conversations from around 10:50 a.m. So 10:45, 10:50 a.m. We shall be having 4 of the 5 teams to that will be at the Deaflympic Games at Tokyo 2025. They will have their representatives here. They will come and they will be telling us about their preparations. And in the process, we will learn some sign language for swimming, handball, athletics, and also basketball. So get ready for that. The one team that won't be represented here are the golfers. We really would have loved that. But also this week, it's going to be the start of the 2025-2026 Kenya Volleyball Federation season, and a lot has been going on over the past 1 month as they do get ready. Well, I'll be introducing the president of the Kenya Volleyball Federation in a short while, but first, bottom right of your screen is our sign language interpreter, Lucy Mwaura. So in studio with me, I've got the president of the Kenya Volleyball Federation, Mr. Charles Nyaberi. Karibu sana, President.
Asante sana. Thank you very much.
Well, and we also would, let's just, before we get straight, deeper into the coming season, let's take a look back at the 2024-2025 season with a lot of, the introduction of new competition, the Kenya Cup, and also seeing the emerging youngsters, performing very well as we came to a close, and also the Malkia strikers going out in a global competition and coming in through. Just take us through that.
Yeah, thank you very much. We are just about to step into the 2025-2026 new season. It kicks off, it volleys off on Thursday. So between 6th and 9th at Kasarani, we'll have the opening matches of the first leg of the season. But just coming out of off season, it's very good to note that our 2024-2025 season was very, very, very active. It had a lot of activity. It was a very vibrant season. First of all, it was a season with just before that, our teams had done very, very well at the Africa Games. We had the resurgence of the Wahome Stars, that is the male counterparts of Malkia Strikers. We hear so much about Malkia Strikers, sometimes we tend to forget. Okay, the Wahome had just hit form, and for the first time, they had actually gotten on the podium finish at the Africa Games in Ghana. For the first time, Kenya men clinched the silver. That's number 2. The best that we'd been before that was number 3. So that was a very good start of that year, 2024. Malkia Strikers, of course, without the services of a lot of the professionals who could not link up with the team, people like Sharon, we got the 3rd place, which we were satisfied with because half of the team, were juniors whom we were introducing. So with that one, then also the last season, some of the most notable things that happened is also the emergence of our age group teams. Yeah. We realized that since 2002, which is the last time that we participated actively in the age group under 20 and under 18 and went on to represent Africa in Poland and Croatia, there had been a small lull. So we realized it's about time that we woke up those teams. And thankfully, our under 20 women's team, lived up to the billing and took first position. They won the African Championships in Cameroon, beating powerhouses Cameroon and Egypt and Tunisia and Nigeria. And we are now waiting to pick up more points and move on to represent Africa in the World Under 21 Championships, because it will be a year later. Now, the men, not to be left behind, the under 20 men also had a podium finish. They were 3rd. they took the bronze with very, very impressive performance. I must here note that the under-20 team had the most valuable player, Tata, our young lady, is also a member of the senior Malkia Strikers.
Actually, President, let me just interrupt you at that point.
Yeah.
You mentioned about points.
Yeah.
That the under-20 women's team will require to qualify for the global competition. Just explain that, because we know that, yes, there are teams that easily qualify based on points, and the rest, I mean, at the senior level, the rest is through continental qualification.
Yeah, what happens is that the FIVB came up with this system to avoid using a one-off when maybe some people could be caught off form, or some people could have just hit form. Now, for all these games, for the World Championships, the team must attain a certain number of points, and then at the same time also there will be a direct qualifier also. There will be a qualifier, but this qualifier will be very much influenced by the number of, by the tally of points that they'll have gathered in FIVB licensed competitions, like 3 or 4 or 5. And we have already, we are off to a good start. Both teams still, have a very good chance. The women under 20 are right now, top of that particular group. So we are waiting now for the next phase next year, when there will be now a qualifier proper, and also 1 or 2 other championships that may be brought up, so that then there'll be the cumulative number of points will now decide Africa's qualifier.
Very well. So you can continue, with the 24-25.
Yeah, now with the 24-25. So with that season, we ended up the season last year with the GSU getting back on and winning the men's championships, followed by Kenya Defence Force, and the final was a real thriller. Then number 3, Prisons, who are the defending champions, slipped down to number 3. And then Equity, which has not been among the top 4, took the 4th position. The women's champions were KCB, followed by Kenya Pipeline, and Prisons Kenya. Then 4th, was DCI, which is an upcoming team full of youths. Now,
actually, let's talk about the men's competition, because there are 2 teams I want to mention: Trailblazers and KPA. Their response to what went, to that season, what can expect?
Yeah, actually, the finals, we for the first time we had a home and away competition. Then we went to the round of 16, and it was a real cliffhanger. The 4 teams these 4 teams ending up in the finals, it shut out regulars, KPA and Trailblazers. And as we know right now, Trailblazers is one of the few. That one and KCB are some of the few ones that are trying to get a very professional outlook, both in approach to training and also even in the engagement of players. So it was it was very competitive. It was very, very good, and we are happy now to see new teams emerging, like Equity. Equity came up very strong in an earlier competition in Eldoret, the Eldoret International, the Kipchumba Karuri International, which I'll mention, which was also a record breaker, for that time. So it is very good to see, first of all, the men's sector being very competitive, and the fact that we are now making an impression. We are broken into the top 3 at the African level. And now I think we are all poised for our first appearance at the global level, very, very hopefully. Now, we had a very good season, and one of the biggest championships we had was sponsored. Our main sponsor was Honorable Kipchumba Karori. It was held in Eldoret at Eldoret Polytechnic and also at Wareng. And it had a record number of 184 teams from the locality, from all over the country, and also from outside the country. We had 6 teams coming from Uganda. So this was a record, and we are looking forward again.
So how did you manage, 184 teams? And we are talking age grades, we are talking the elite teams, and we are also looking at 2 genders, men and women.
Yeah, what we did is we engaged and partnered with the Uasin Gishu branch. And we started, first of all, teams registered from the locality, from the branch itself, and also from neighboring. These are community-based teams. These were not clubs. They registered, and they had their own sector. So they started a bit earlier. Of course, we could not have finished this in 3 days. They started a bit earlier and started building up such that by the time we were having the competition proper, the Kipchumba Karori competition proper, we were like at quarterfinals. We now had like the top 16 men from the local side, from the community-based teams. So they were joined by a few other community teams from as far out as Nyeri and Sikri in Homa Bay, and then it continued like that. But for the elite teams, we had our normal league teams, plus also some other clubs, institutional teams. North Rift has plenty of talent.
Yes.
And every time we have our championships there, we are able to unearth a good number of players who are then picked up and engaged by the clubs. So the season ended very well, and I want to say that the icing on the cake was our adding the Kenya Cup. Kenya Cup was a unique tournament because we realized we can't just rely on
the league.
Yeah, the league. And towards the end of the season, we had to find a way of topping it up. So we introduced the elite. It's an elite competition, and we had very high standards. And all the games were played indoors, to make sure that we measure up to international standards. And it also brought out the best in a lot of our teams, and it was a very good way to end the season.
Actually, let's talk about the Kenya Cup. I mean, in detail, what were the biggest lessons learned? Because I did attend the matches, and I could see that, you had to, first of all, the teams had to stick to timelines.
Yeah.
I mean, we know when you tell somebody that game, I think it's very few sports, stick to that, very strict timeline where you say we are starting at 9. Then it starts at 9:14. How then were you able to manage this to keep it strict?
We had our sports organizing department drill. We had meetings. The National Executive Committee had held meetings with these teams, and we did rehearsals, we did drills, we did kind of like rehearsing every single day what was going to happen. And every team was told exactly when to be on site, exactly when to take the court. And we want to avoid this traditional way of this laissez-faire way which even like for the press, when the press have maybe kept a certain slot for a certain time, they come and they find that the match has not even started. We want it to be we want to stick to time, and we're going to take that model that we started. The technical sides, besides Sports Organizing Secretary, Mr. Oronje, we had actually the technical coordinator. The driver was my own deputy, the Deputy President, Paul Bitok, who is a seasoned international coach, and he's widely traveled, and he has a lot of experience. So the three of them, Mr. Oronje, then his deputy, Alfred Chedotum, and Bitok, drilled the teams. We even had also the referees and the officials. Everything had to be click on time, because some of the games we are going to do live streaming.
Yes.
Not just here, but live streaming abroad. And you know, when you have blocked a certain time, it's good for you to and we want to take that model and roll it over to all our matches, to all our our programs, our league and our tournaments, so that our games are time bound. And that way, you know, and also even other things, also even the protocols.
Yes.
We want to stick to the international levels. We also want to, even the outlook, even the uniforms and everything. We don't want to be left behind. We are through with the traditional approach now.
All right. Well, actually, let me just mention that, because you've spoken about the protocols and you had your pre-season, technical meeting. The coaches were involved, the referees were involved. Let's say everyone within that ecosystem was there. And one of the things that Ron just spoke, to the referees commission was about what is known as the 32-minute pre-match protocol.
That's
just
right.
take us through that, because now, if somebody goes for a game, say they want to watch Pipeline play against KCB, they know that for that half hour, at least they can be patient enough. Kenyans get impatient. Kwani inaanza saa ngapi?
That's right. So if, for example, a match, if it's been said out there the match is starting at 10, it means 32 minutes before that, the teams have to be on site. They have to be on court, ready. Then from there, as the captains are doing the registration protocols, there is the official warm-up, which is controlled by the referees. The referees first are introduced, the teams are introduced, then they start the warm-up. The warm-up is controlled because so that there is no, there are no accidents, no little bits of people being hit with balls, dividing the net so that each team has one half at any one time. They start attacking from the left, then they go to the center, then they go to the right, alternating like that. And then after that now, after that warm-up, the starting six are now announced by the announcer. Everybody gets out. The starting six are called in, plus the libero, because the libero can come in and out, anytime when there is a side out. And after that introduction, now then we can start. But you see the 32-minute protocol has beats that are also timed. Like even the warm-up on one sector is timed. Then you move on to the other, then you move on to the other. Then you have now the starting six being announced, being unveiled, and the fast service has to start click on time. This we are looking forward. We are doing this. We are strictly adhering to this, looking forward to a time when we hope, and we hope this will come sooner than later, when we will have live transmissions. Live transmissions, you need to be click on time, because people, any airtime that is lost in waiting, it discourages
yes,
the media transmitter, the broadcast. And you see, side by side with that, we also have now live streaming. And our live streaming, now our games are of interest all over the world. So if you're going to do live streaming and somebody is waiting on that side, you don't want to delay. And also the fact is, when you do that, it also eats into the next game. It is like a serial kind of bad accident, which you need to do your best to avoid.
Well, in relation to that, within that 32-minute protocol, I think, that players being announced and all that, I think what's the plan with player data? Because, I know I can go pick out this player A from Prisons, player B from, say, GSU or from KWS or KDF, Kenya Army. What's being done such that if I'm a fan, I'm able to follow a player of interest?
What we have started doing, and we have covered quite a bit of that plan, is that we are going digital, such that each teams, there is the TC4 team, team list, which the team fills with all the details, the shirt numbers and the details of each one of their players, plus the reserves, plus the officials. Now, this one is going, we have now our website. We were assisted by the Sports Journalists Association of Kenya to start our website. So what will happen is that these details, you can actually access them now from our website. So that, like, instead of you having to come to physically look for a copy of, say, the lineup of a particular team before you make your details, even before you come and you know, say, KCB is going to play Pipeline, you can download that and be ready, so that by the time, even if you don't come to the field, wherever you are, you can download it from our website and follow the game. And you don't even need to be told, even when the player is facing the wrong way, you're not seeing the name. You just need to see the number, and the number is conspicuously displayed on both the shots and the whatever. And so the digitalization is also very good for results. And also even penalties, things like, say, if there is a red card, you'll see it. And if there's a yellow card, you'll say how many yellow cards have come. And also, even when we are deciding at the end of the championships who is the most valuable player, it's not by guesswork. It's not a political decision. It's a digital add-up. The computer never goes wrong. It shows the pluses and minuses of each player, so you can see how they rank. So, like now, the awards now, we're able now to give the ranks, the awards immediately after the match. The most valuable player of that particular match is already decided by the end of the final whistle. You can see who was...
Actually, yes, it's very easy. Best blocker in leg one, the numbers are there. If you
it's all there. Everything is there. So, and that way, it also avoids doubts and appeals which are necessary. Of course, we have a jury on site, just in case.
In case there's a tie.
In case, and also, in case somebody is not satisfied, so that they can feel that their grievances have been looked into.
Okay. Well, let's also talk about something that we've seen. Next to the benches, and there's a table there. Coaches and referees.
Yeah.
They've not been the best of friends.
That's true. Yeah.
So what's being done such that there is that cordial relationship from from the technical benches and from the officials, the touch judges and the umpires?
It's Daniel, it's like you read our minds. First and foremost, the aim of every coach, sometimes they become overly ambitious, is to win and get the best. But you see, the thing is, there are two sides. So we always say, let the best team win, and under a cloud of efficient refereeing, efficient officiating. So what we did on Saturday, 2 days ago, we had a joint training of coaches and referees together. So that also we wanted to get from them where do they think we could do better. But the emphasis here is on even the coaches. They need to also learn the rules and have them at their fingertips, so that even when their team does something wrong, they can already tell. And also with the latest now, there has been a revision of the rules, because the aim of the Federation of International Volleyball is to have as few unnecessary stoppages as possible. The adage is keep the ball flying. The game becomes more interesting when there is continuous flow. So what they've done, the second touch before the attack, they've relaxed not completely removed, but relaxed the rule, so that, you know, where, for example, there used to be what we were calling either double touch or rolling balls. It has been minimized, so that because if the second touch has a bad set that rolls or looks like a double touch, it doesn't give them advantage, because it means it actually undermines their delivery to the attacker.
Yes.
It does not affect the opponent at all. So those are some of the rules that have been. So what we did is our sports organizing secretary, our coaches commission, and the referees commission together took the joint group together through the rules again, so that they all agreed and came to a consensus on the interpretation, so that, you know, those disagreements come out of that. And then two, sometimes when the referees are a bit lax, when the coaches try their hand and they realize the referee is lax or undecided, then they take advantage. So that is part of what we were doing on Saturday, that the referees have to be, first of all, they have to be fair. Fair in the sense that there is no leaning. Then they have to be knowledgeable. Then they have to be firm. Firmness is of essence. So we'll continue doing this every so often, mainly picking out case studies of things that were done right, in the correct way, and the things that were done wrong. So that with that, you know, we have...
And on that point, how much of video analysis is being done, especially to, you know, keep improving the refereeing standards?
It is a lot. We are now doing it a lot, because what is happening is that now we are actually having on tape all our games. And the referees, the teams, and even anybody interested can now access that. Because the thing is, you can only learn, you can only improve by seeing, going back and having a review of what you did with strength, what earned you more points, and also where you went wrong. So we are working with our media commission and also our marketing commission, so that side by side with the live streaming, we can also have the games recorded, and later on, in some of those cases, of course, with the assistance of the coaches commission, they can do slow motion beats and things like that. And especially outstanding places where things were right, and outstanding even where decisions were wrong on the part of the, and also even the behavior of the spectators. Sometimes, you know, they also get out of hand.
Okay.
Well, so that one is in our digitalization. Those are some of the things we are looking at. We're looking at that. We are hoping to get our coaching commission to have a library of such matches, such classic matches, which can be shared with our affiliates free of charge.
Well, let's talk about something else. Managing the league, one of the things that we've witnessed is when the continental club championships come in, you find that teams have had to do a lot of catch-up. How are you doing the balance on that for the calendar?
What is happening is that actually, because of scarcity of resources, most of our players are trained in the hands of the club coaches. Most of the build-up is, okay, we end up having, like, say, a month's training for the national teams before they go. But we rely a lot on the club coaches. But even when they're at club level, the selected national team coaches are advised, and they actually do go around and monitor and give backup to the coaches who are handling these other players at club level. But ideally, what we're looking forward to, and we have discussed this with our sponsors, whom we are very grateful to. Right now, our main sponsor, MozartBet, has thankfully last week come on board. When our African president was here for 4 days, giving us backup and doing consultation and meeting our supporters. And when we sat with MozartBet, they agreed, they saw the need. They did two major things which we had requested for. One, to include the men's team in the sponsorship package, because the boy child was feeling left out. And since they are performing, and they are really, really performing, and we hope that they can be on that trend. So that was one of the things. The other thing was we convinced our sponsor, MozartBet, to increase the sponsorship from 10 million to 15 million annually, and we signed up. So that will enable us, therefore, to afford to bring the national team for longer training periods before an assignment. And even when there's no assignment and the coaches want to fine-tune, they can call the team into place for a day or two. But the other thing that we are also going, we pointed it out when we visited the permanent secretary, Mr. Elijah Mwangi, and his team, and the ministry were very cooperative, is the fact that the cost of hiring Kasarani, the indoor court, is prohibitive. 60,000 per day. How many days can you afford? 60,000 is out of this world.
2 weeks is 700, which you would need for a camp is 720. 14 times 6, 840,000.
And you see, for a team like Malkia Strikers, 14 days is not enough. You need a month. Yeah, you need a month. So, and you see also, it's not just the indoor. The cost is not only the indoor bit, but there's also the maintenance of the team. There is the medical bit, and you know. But we hope to get there. So what we are saying on that end is that we need to have a longer preparation period, and so that they can have loading, then they can have the recovery, then get on to the technical bit.
Well, talking about Kasarani and infrastructure, what's being done? Because I think for most people at home, we have grown up playing volleyball outdoors. But here is a reality. When you go to international competitions, you have got to play indoors. And for Kenya to host an international competition, Kenya hasn't hosted an Africa, Cup Nations or even a club championship since 2015. The reason being, we have only one venue, Kasarani. What's being done to have more venues that meet such standards around? We have engaged the ministry. First of all, we want to announce that we are very lucky and happy and very grateful to the Ministry of Defense, because they put up an indoor court at their complex in Langata, at the DOD indoor court. It might be a bit small, but it meets the requirements. All we need now to do is get a floor, a gay floor, is get, and also expand the sidelines, not the sidelines, but put in utility rooms. There are utility rooms which are a must, like you need a physio room, you need a changing room, you need a referee's room,
like that. And also we need also to talk to the management so that the transmission points for the media can be spelled out. But the basic structure is there, and we have been able to use it. So now at least we'll be able to host, we'll be able to bid. And we have even, one of the things that we talked with our continental president about is that Kenya we want to get back to our hosting habits. We used to host some of the best tournaments here, both Cup of Nations and also club championships and even youth. So we are seriously going to bid. First of all, we have sent in our bid for Zone 5 club championships for men and women in February. Then we have also put in a bid. We are now, after encouragement and the consultation with the ministry and our continental body, Madam Bushra Hajij, the president, who was here for 4 days, we are also going to make a bid for the Africa Cup of Nations, and also which will now qualify the national teams for the World Championships. And also we are going to make a bid for African Club Championships.
Well, as we come to a close, President, let's talk about beach volleyball and the plan for the year and how you want to build up such that we can have a team in LA 2028.
Yeah, what we are doing is that every single competition and technical program that we are having is supposed to gear us towards qualifying for and participating in LA 2028. This is for men and women beach volleyball, and for the men's volleyball and women's volleyball. What is happening is that for the beach volleyball, we had a real shoot. We went all the way up. We qualified and went and participated in Tokyo Olympics for the beach volleyball. We had Gaudensia Makoha and Praxidis Agala representing us after winning Continental Cup. So what we want to do is, first of all, we have to start at the base, and that is why we have a lot of emphasis on youth. That is why we are doing a lot of age group competitions. For beach volleyball, we already assembled a team that is going to do service in the Anoka Games in Angola next month. And we decided, as part of the preparation, to send these two teams, under 17 teams, for boys and girls, two pairs each. We sent them to Burundi, actually to a senior tournament, a place where they went and played seniors from the other teams in the 12 countries in Zone 5, specifically to get them off the ground, because beach volleyball is not yet played at the school levels. So then for the men and women, we are building up. We are getting the adoption, the transition from school. Like now, end of this year, some players will graduate from schools.
Yes.
So we have identified, our youth commission has identified some of those players, and we are assisting in placing them so that at least we don't lose them. We lose a lot of players in between school and club level. Then we also making sure that our seasons are complete and elaborate and full and meaningful. That's why we have introduced tournaments like the Kipchumba Karuri International, like the Kenya Cup, so that our players and coaches are engaged on a continuous basis. We've also got our, we are increasing the number, we have increased the number of players whom we have allowed to go on professional stints outside, because when they come back, it's the national team that gains. Okay. Above all, we want to be very thankful to our sponsors. Our chief sponsor is the Ministry of Youth Affairs, Creative Economy and Sports. we are very lucky. We have a very good rapport, and they have been very supportive to us under the leadership of Mheshimiwa Mvurya and his PS Elijah Mwangi. They have an open door policy for us. They listen to us, and they've really supported us. Otherwise, we would not have gotten where we are. We also have our corporate sponsors, Mozartbet. We have also Kenya Pipeline Company, Kenya Commercial Bank, Deep Heat, and also we have county governments whom we have engaged. And we are still looking. Our doors are open. We want to say to the corporate entities that we have what it takes for them to gain a lot of mileage and for them to get returns on their investment. Right. Our doors are open, and as we usher ourselves into the new season, we actually don't have a sponsor for our league, and we are shopping for that one. The doors is open. Yeah.
All right. Charles Nyaberi, President of the Kenya Volleyball Federation. And President, I'm sure 23 matches starting Thursday through Sunday at the Moi International Sports Center, Kasarani, to open the 2025-2026 KVF League, including the promoted sides. So if you really love your volleyball this weekend, be at the Moi International Sports Center, Kasarani Indoor Arena. 23 matches. If you've got the time to watch all of them, you've got the start of the season. Asante sana, President.
Thank you very much.
All right. Yeah. We'll be taking a short break, and when we come back, we shall be speaking with the Deaf Olympics Tokyo 2025 Team Kenya representatives in athletics, swimming, handball, and basketball. It's time to have fun, and also time for you to learn some sign language from these sports. But first, we take the story of Lawrence Wasike, heptathlete, who's been there and has done well. And after that, we join the athletics team. We shall be with a legend of the sport, Joyce Odhiambo. I'll tell you her story as she comes on set. And also, representative athlete Sharon Jebitok will be here with us. So let's take a break. Our sign language interpreter has been Lucy Mwaura.
Florence Wasike has done it all in athletics. She has been to the track as well as field events in a combination that has seen her stand out for Prisons Kenya, where she works up to date.
I started running while in school, and even not in school, I can confess that I started running while in my mother's womb. Because when I became a student, I was an athlete, I was trained, I was nurtured. Until now, I'm still in athletics.
The University of Nairobi graduate continued with her ventures to star in several championships, among them these African Games where she won a silver.
My most favorable and memorable race was that in Melbourne, Australia. It was my first outing in Australia, and it was I was a young athlete, and in fact I was the youngest in the team. So it was my first experience in Melbourne, Australia, and I made it up to the semi-finals. That one encouraged me to make it, to push on until I went to 3 Commonwealth Games. I have attended the All African Games. I'm the silver medalist in African Championship, and I know you are there with me. You can attest to that. And even in the heptathlon, I did it also well. So I'm happy where I am now.
Wasike specialized in the 400 meters and 400 meters hurdles event, with the hurdling event still attracting fewer female athletes in the country.
Those days it was tough. Nowadays I see like it's like you are being, it's easy. Long time ago, until you qualify, it needed a lot of training, it needed a lot of nurturing, it needed a lot of discipline, it needed a lot of training. You do all sorts of things, and above all, discipline mattered a lot. So nowadays, I don't see much competition, but I'm very happy because it has begun, and it's the first time that our teams are going for the World Championship in relays.
And she went further to compete in the enduring combined events, namely the heptathlon, which includes 7 events, namely the 100 meters hurdles, the high jump, the shot put, 200 meters run, the long jump, the javelin throw, and the 800 meters.
To be an heptathlete, it needs discipline, it needs perseverance and commitment too, because in heptathletes, a lot of events. It's a combined event thing. It's a 7-event thing. You need to run, you need to jump, you need to throw. So it's upon you to plan well how you are going to master all the techniques. When you are doing a jumping event, you are doing a throwing event, or when you are doing a track and field, a track event that's running. So it depends with your mind and your coach that is leading you to all this.
The heptathlete is still active in the Masters, where she boasts of 4 gold medals from Tunisia.
I'm still in athletics, doing okay as a coach and as a technical official at the same time. On the other hand, I'm a Masters athletics. That's the age of 35 and above. You run according to your age category. Like lastly, I'm a defending champion in Spain. We are the world championship in Masters in 4x4 relay, and I'm happy for that. In Tunisia, I captained the team to Africa Championships. I got 4 gold medals in Masters in all in 400 meters hurdles, 100 meters hurdles, and both relays, 4x1 and 4x4. So I'm happy. So long as I'm working, I still create time to go and train, knowing that I'm still an athlete and I need to nurture and I need to aspire to inspire and again to get good athletes like me.
Her passion for the relays was evident when Team Kenya qualified for the World Athletics Championship in Tokyo, though they didn't manage to make it to the medal brackets.
We are happy because as legends, we were once there and we know what it takes to be in national trials, to be maybe chosen to be among in the national team for the World Championship. So I'm very much optimistic that as sprinters in Kenya now we have become and we are there. Long time ago, we were not recognized, but now we are there. They have just started recognizing us. They have started to realize that there's talent in Kenya in sprinters.
But she's not worried, for the sprinters have started to relive the glory of the yesteryears when the legendary Charles Asati, the late Roberto Uko, Julia Sang, among others, ruled the track.
I feel happy, and I'm looking forward that those younger things that are coming up, I just praying that they're going also to persevere. All the pains in training, all things that are needed in training to become a lecturer or to become someone to be noticed. You need to persevere in everything. I'm just hoping that we are going to get more athletes or more combined event athletes to represent our country outside there.
The Kenya Prisons officer is also optimistic a service will arise again, as they used to, with the likes of newly crowned World 800 meters champion Lilian Odira making headlines.
Championship record that has stood since 1983 has gone. It was too fast on the first lap, and Lilian Odira has sent the Kenyans in the crowd into raptures. They have won it, but not the athlete they were expecting. Odira waited, and she struck at just the perfect time. That was a race for the ages. And it's Lilian Odira who goes away as the champion of the world over 800 meters. What a brilliantly timed run by the Kenyan.
The athletes are there, but what we need is good planning and planning early. Everything starts early, and recruiting the athletes that are supposed to be recruited well. When we do everything in a nice way, then the results will be shown. I want to talk to my fans, to the public, that let us not lose hope. There's still time. It's not over until it's over. So we can start up again and come up like prisons like we used to be. It's not late.
Florence Wasike has proved beyond a doubt that you can juggle motherhood, academics and sports and still excel at it, as women athletes have proved of late, with record-breaking ventures as recorded by 4-time World 1500 meters champion and record holder Faith Kipyegon, her Prisons teammate and new lady on the blocks Lilian Odira, the world marathon champion Perez Jepchirchir, double Olympic and double world champion Beatrice Chebet, who stole the headlines in Tokyo, just as they have been doing of late.
Atacletti's trying ever so hard, but it's gold again for Beatrice Chebet. The Olympic champion becomes the world champion.
The world champion is Perez Jepchirchir. Ethiopia takes second with Tigst Assefa. When it comes to major championship marathons in Tokyo, it's Perez Jepchirchir again.
Okay, as a female athlete, there are a lot of things you are struggling with. You are a mother, you are an athlete, maybe you are an employee, all these things. But we as women, we are talented, we are blessed because God created us so to multitask. So we know how to multitask. You can be a mother, you need to take care of your family, you need to maybe to go to work, you are needed maybe by the country anyway to do a lot of activities, but we need to plan. God created us with extra mind to persevere and to multitask. That's why as a women, we are strong and we look forward for the best in everything, even to help men.
You heard it from Florence Wasike. You need to aspire, to inspire, to mentor, do it all. And she's from Kenya prisons. Na yeye pia ni shemeji. You'll not understand, yes, but she is. Wish you all the best.
Thank you. Thank you.
And welcome back after we've got the story of Wavinya's Semeji. So Wavinya will have to tell us about her Semeji when it comes to that. And we welcome you to the second part of Sports Check this morning. And in just about a week and 2 days or so, we have a contingent of Kenyan sportsmen and women who will be traveling to Tokyo, Japan. And this is for the Deaf Olympic Games 2025. And at the moment, we have got representation from 4 of the teams: athletics, swimming, handball, and basketball. Just one team. And we hope that we can get them before they depart. The golfing team, because Kenya won a bronze last year through Isaac Makoha, who is one of the elite amateur golfers in the country. But today, from 4 teams, we've got the representation. And on set, just before I introduce them, I'll tell you our sign language interpreter is Lenta Odingo, but also we have got Damian Evans, who's going to be working with us because we've got the Deaf Olympians here with us, so he's going to be speaking and also doing the sign language interpretation for them. Damian, welcome to that. And on set with me, I've got 2 Shujas, and I'll start with the athletes. Her name is Sharon Bitok Jeptarus. 3 silver medals at the last games in Caxias do Sol. That was in Brazil 4 years ago, and in the 1500 meters, the 800 meters, and the relay. And she was honored this year in Kitui. Yeye Nishuja. Welcome, Sharon, to the studio.
Thank you so much. My name is Sharon Jebitok. I come from Eldoret, and I'm an athlete, and I participate in the 800 meters and 1,500 meters women. Thank you so much.
Well, and also we have got another Shuja. Somebody who's been on the same track as the late Florence Griffith Joyner, the world record holder in the women's 100 meters. Joyce Odhiambo, who's the coach of the sprint team. Karibu.
Thank you so much for inviting me today here to speak about sports and to speak about the team that is going to the Deaf Olympics. Well, yes, as you've been told, my name's Joyce Odhiambo. I'm a former sprinter. I ran in the 80s until to the 90s. And when I retired, I'm now into coaching. And mostly I coach these deaf athletes. I've been with them since 2017 to date. And I know as the time is going by, we are going to do better and better. We're getting better and better as the years are going by. And I know that they're going to step into my shoes. And they're already there because they are going to the Olympics, like I went to the Olympics in the 1988 Olympics. Thank you.
Well, and so straight into this, let's get this conversation. The team that was selected, let's talk to you, Coach.
Yes.
First, the team that was selected and the events, first, the process of ensuring that you get the best.
Yes.
Such that the medal tally from Brazil then can be replicated in the different disciplines for the men's and the women's.
Yes. Okay. This year, I must say that we really had a big number of athletes coming in for the trials, unlike in the past. And from what I saw, the standards have really risen, especially in the sprint events. We had a good number of athletes. In fact, they outnumbered the number that we wanted, even in the women and even in the men's categories. So for sure this year, God willingly, we might be lucky to get medals even in the sprint events. Okay, in the past, we've always had Beryl Wamira representing us. She has won silver medals in Turkey, and even in Caxias do Sul, she won a silver medal in the 200 meters, and we managed to get a bronze in the 4x100 meters women, and we managed a silver medal in the 4x4 mixed relay. So this year, God willingly, we might be doing better.
Well, let me come to you, Sharon, and Sharon, just give us your story. As an 800-meter runner, we've seen you win silver in Seoul, 1500 silver. But how did you get into these longer distances, knowing very well that you are also a very good 400-meter runner?
How I began my journey was way back from home in Eldoret. You see, I had a father who mentored me so much all along, training me. So I decided to develop my skills, and that's how I continued. And I also hope that going to Tokyo, Japan, I'm going to clinch medals. Because in Brazil, I remember in 800 meters and 1,500, I clinched a silver, and also the relays 4x4, I also participated well. I had a coach in E10 called Kemboi. So Kemboi was training me so much. Being that I'm deaf, you see, I joined the hearing team, but I just went on and trained with the hearing counterparts. So they integrated me in their team. I was the only deaf there because all along at my home area, I never had a coach. I never even had a sign language interpreter. So I just followed their way, their programs and everything. So there was a program and a schedule of programs that we used that helped me to develop. So I will go to the camp with them. And right now I can say I feel ready to go and participate.
Well, looking at the medals that you won in Brazil, and that was 3 years ago. The games were to be in 2021, but held in 2022. What's your target for Tokyo in the 1,500 and the 800?
When I go to Tokyo, Japan, I want a medal, but I don't want to get it freely. I want to work and surpass the medals I got. I want a gold medal. It's my hope.
Also,
gold is the only medal I want, both 800 and 500 meters, not just those. I don't want the Europeans to beat us. We don't fear them. So we want a fair game, not something that looks like we have been given free.
Let's talk about the 400 meters. You are in the relay team. How have you been working? Are you part of this team? Do you want to get a better medal there?
No, I no longer participate. So I'm focusing on the 800 meters. That's where I'm training because the coach feels that I'm better off there. So my training has always been that, in as much as I've been training also 1,500 meters. So I love 400 meters, but I'm following the instructions of the coach. She feels I can participate in the relays.
All right. So there you've had it from Sharon Bitok, and she is in the deaflympics team, the athletics team, and also we've got the sprints coach Joyce Adhiambo. We take a short break. When we come back, let's talk about some of the things that happen on the track. How do you get to start a race? How do you get to coach the middle and also the short distance athletes? After this short break, our sign language interpreters are Lenta Odingo, bottom right of your screen, and speaking for our athletes is Damian Evans.
Greetings in the name of the Most High, Jah Rastafari. My good name is Marley Moses, the positive warrior, alongside...
Yes, sir, DJ D-Rage, the baddest. Each and every Wednesday from 10 p.m. on KBC Channel 1 TV.
Tunakuletea the biggest reggae party in 254 in a yard extra. Extra niceness of reggae music.
Extra dose of entertainment.
When the thing is nice,
we have to do it twice.
Tejeje kuja home tena.
Elijah, uko wapi yake?
Ninajua tu hakuji, twende tukalale.
Kwani una mpango wa kuniangamizia hapa?
Wewe ndo umejitakia, sio mimi.
Wewe unafanya nini hapa wewe?
Inasema hiyo swali ni moja. Nani aliyeye? Hakuna swali yako.
Cindy.
Mama Kenti nisaidie.
President, Dr. Chung got shot. Huh? Never asked anyone to cut corners, and I never will.
Wipe his face! They're here!
Defibrillator, 200. Clear!
Hey kids, are you ready for a world full of fun, color, and adventure? Yeah! Jump into big minds. Watch amazing talents. Try twisty tongue twisters.
She sings a song. She's a song singer.
Dive into magical tales with Wangari the storyteller.
The soldiers march. They look so smart.
Cook up yummy treats. Sing. Rhyme. And dance till you can't sit still. Big Minds, where every kid shines. Catch us every Saturday at 9 a.m. on KBC Channel 1.
And welcome back to Sports Check on this Monday morning. It is the 3rd day of November 2025. And for us in the newsroom and for the country, the one big story that we are taking and we are keeping tabs on is the landslide that happened in Elgeyo Marakwet. There was a second one reported already. From the reports that we had from the first landslide in Marakwet East is that 26 people, all, most of them related, all coming from one large extended family, lost their lives. It was a sad story. We'll be keeping tabs on that. But also, sporting-wise, this afternoon, we have got the draws for the CAF Interclub competitions at 3 p.m. at 1 p.m. East African time. It's rather 2 p.m. East African time. We're going to have the draw for the CAF Champions League. And Kenya is represented in the CAF Confederation Cup. At 3 p.m., we shall know who the opponents of Nairobi United are in the CAF Confederation Cup. So that's part of our news cycle for today. When we get back to our conversation, first let me introduce our sign language interpreter. We have got Lensa Odingo, bottom right of your screen, and you'll be hearing some man's voice. His name is Damien Evans, and the reason we have him is because we've got the Deaf Olympic Games, Tokyo 2025, starting from the 15th to the 26th of November. And Team Kenya is going to be represented in 5 disciplines: athletics, swimming, handball, basketball, and golf. And we've got athletics, one of the 4 disciplines that has got representation on this program this morning. And we've got triple silver medalist Sharon Sok from Cassius du Sol 2020. 2022, but the games are known as the Deaflympics Games 2021, and a legend of Kenyan sprinting, Joyce Odhiambo, who's a coach. Now, Joyce, you know, one of the things we know that in athletics, for a race to start, one of the things, what's used is a gun.
Yes.
But in the case of Deaflympians, what's the way that it's done, and also, you know, indicating things about the lap count or any rule violation that, you know, may come into play?
Okay, for the deaf, for the sprint events, they use the lights, and they have the green light and the yellow light. Okay, when they go to onto your marks, then the orange light comes, and when the green light goes out, and it is down at the starting blocks. Otherwise, all the other things are the same, like for the hearing. In fact, there's even a gun that is used, but it is attached to the lights. So the athletes, as they go onto their marks, they see the lights for onto your marks. For the set, it is the orange, like for the traffic lights, and then green means that you go. But for all the other races, the rules that are used are like for the elite athletes. Yes, even the countings and every other thing, except for the starts. Even the relay, baton change, everything, the staggers, everything are like for the elite athletes. Yes.
And so the regulations is, you know, for communicate, you know, to help in communication, especially, you know, you people work on the stands.
Yes.
And let me think of, you know, how you do, you know, for field athletes.
Yes.
There is always that one moment when they go over. How do you work to, you know, for the 8 years now that you've worked with them, how do you then try to get them to change, say, a step or even, you know, a change of motion, say for a long jumper or a discus thrower or something?
Okay, I think most of these things, like I've said, it's like for the elite runners. But we show them, because the rules, when you flout the rules, it's just like for the elite runners. They just have to know that this is the circle for the shot put. If you step aside or you step outside, it is a foul, just like for the others. Except for the starts, all other events, the rules are the same. And over the years, we've taught them as they go by the training, we teach them these things during the training sessions. Most of them have found their way to come to Nairobi. You see, most of these people, they come from outside Nairobi. Some of them come from the village. So they have made time to come over to Nairobi, and they have even been participating with the elite athletes during our weekend meetings. So they are very much aware of all these rules and regulations that are within athletics. So, in fact, everybody who is going out there know what is expected of them. Because we are down at Kasarani, we have, even if it's for the field events, they know this is the circle, you don't have to step aside. Although most of these people have already been in previous games, they're not very new to these activities.
All right, Sharon, you are the person who's speaking for team athletics. You know, when we look at the medal tally from Brazil, you know, Kenya picking up all those medals, 24 medals and that. Who are the other athletes that we should look out for in Team Kenya starting the 15th of November?
Okay, from the team that we have the men's team. We also have the women's team. So we are a contingent of 2 teams. So we also have stronger men within our team, and we also have a stronger ladies. So we have like a team of 4. We have some gentlemen there. Many guys are there, 4 of them. Some I might not know their names, but I have seen that we have a good team. Yeah, the 4.
All right, thank you very much, Sharon.
Welcome.
And we wish you all the best, Coach, all the best as you head to this. And Team Kenya, remember, we shall be keeping tabs on them as they represent us in Tokyo. We shall be taking a short break as, when you can help our side change. And next, we are going to be having the basketball team that is going, representation for the basketball team. And when you take a look at the basketball team that played in the last time, think of it. At the quarterfinals, losing 79-34 to Italy at that level. Then they had to play the 5th to 8th place semi-finals that were there. And so Turkey beating Kenya 69-36, and eventually the 7th place match, it was Kenya versus Brazil. So, and as my friend Okinyi helps us, to change the set, we have got Mercy Mideva, who's a deaf Olympian basketballer, and also we have got their coach, Mary Chepkoi, who are going to be joining us on set as we get, ready to talk about this. And remember, also in the group phase, Kenya playing 3 matches, and it was direct qualification to the quarterfinals for all teams. So Kenya playing 3 matches, and they were in the same pool as the United States, Turkey, and Lithuania. So they were there. And how much of an improvement can we see from this side? So I know the coach is joining us right now, and so we welcome them. We're going to go first with the athlete who is on set. Her name is Mercy Mideva, a basketballer with Team Kenya. She's a deaf Olympian. And Mercy, welcome.
Thank you so much. My name is Mercy Mideva. I play basketball as a point guard, guard number 1.
Well, and you can see the point guard. And Mercy, just tell us about, you getting into the sports and the, how well you have seen yourself grow as a basketballer, especially, within the deaf Olympians environment.
Okay, thank you. I joined this team when I was still in school, 2011. I had a friend called Daniel who really encouraged me. So we really tried to join a training session together. So whenever school will close or open, we used to participate. And then in 2024, after I finished my high school, I started training for a long time. And then fast forward, in the year 2016, we went to Uganda, and that's how we qualified for the Deaf Olympics. In 2017, I gained a lot of lessons because it was my first time to be integrated in the team. And then when I jetted back to the country, I maintained the training up to the time we went to Brazil. I still kept on the tempo of the training. We went for the championships in Greece, and right now here we are, expecting to fly to Tokyo, Japan. The team has improved.
Okay, and also we have got a coach, Mary Chepkoi, who's a basketball coach. Mary, let's talk about this. When you look at the numbers from Brazil, the thing with sport is scores at times can look real bad, but it was that last game against the hosts that changed everything. Just give us the experiences from Brazil, the lessons learned, and what has been done within the basketball ecosystem to help grow the team.
Thank you very much for having me. I can say from 2022, or rather before we played the first game in Brazil against USA, we were going in there with an open mind, expecting, of course, a tough game. The first 3 games weren't easy for us, but by the time we were playing our quarters game, things were we were getting used to the competition, the experience, and we were getting better. Going into play against Brazil, the host, we found ourselves doing really well in that game, and I can say there's much improvement. Yeah.
Well, and looking at it is how then, how do you work around to make sure that this ecosystem is there, the players improve? It all starts with the basics, and then making sure that the tactics are always there for the five-on court.
Thank you. Right now, after Brazil, we have been continuing with competitions. We find the players doing competitions for 3x3 as deaf or mixing and playing with the hearing in the league. That has really improved our performance individually and as a team. Also, we have Kenya Academy of Sports, which has come in and conducting the youth camps. And 2023, we had a youth camp, 15 deaf girls in the camp. And from that, list of the 15, we have one girl now who has qualified to fly with us to Tokyo to play in the Deaflympics. And such things, such a development, that gives us a chance to have a brighter future for deaf basketballs as the transition, the senior players transition to retirement. We have a future, yeah.
All right, and it is time for us to have a few lessons in basketball sign language. And our teacher is going to be Mercy. So, Mercy, let's first of all get to understand this. The playing positions. You're a point guard. So how do you say I am a point guard in sign language?
You're like a point guard. You're the one who distributes the ball. Actually, you're the one who communicates.
Okay, you can help me out here, Damien. You say point guard, the playing position to indicate that somebody is a point guard.
Say guard one or point guard.
Okay, shooting guard. Oh.
That's it, shooting guard.
All right. Small forward.
Yeah, you sign it this way.
Yes, you can do it again. Service it.
Shooting guard.
Okay, small forward.
We don't really have a sign for that.
Okay, or the center. You know, usually the tallest guy in the team.
You say the big man or the center.
All right. Now, now the other thing is when when you call for a foul, and coach, you could also, come in here. When a foul is called and you've got to take a free throw, how do you, do that using sign language?
Oh, see, most of the times it's more of you watching and then you see the sign. So most of the times we just sign the line and throw.
You can come in on that.
Yes, you can come in, coach.
About the foul. If a player commits a foul, this is what the referee will do. They will show a foul or a push. It is a foul. And of course, the play will stop. Because they will whistle. It's like any other basketball game. The only thing is we don't hear. But he will whistle. And as a player, you know the game and you understand the rules. Once he does that, you know, oops, there's a violation, and you stop. And then the referee will indicate what is going to happen. Is it shooting foul? Is it a side ball? Yeah.
Well, and overall, looking at, what you expect, Sharon, as a representative of the basketball team, speaking on behalf of your teammates, what are you looking out for when you get onto the court from the 16th of November, which is, I think, from the 16th and running all the way to the 24th?
My expectation is that Team Kenya, when we jet to Tokyo, we will be ready and we will have the confidence so that we can participate in those matches. We know the Europeans are there, but as the coach said, the team has really, really improved, and we hope to improve our scores.
Coach, looking at the draws and the competition that you'll be facing, how much growth do you want from your team?
We are in the same pool with Australia. That's our first game, 10:30 on 16th. Our second game will be Lithuania and then Turkey. Australia, we've never played against them before, but Lithuania and Turkey, we at least know their tactics. We've been watching their games on YouTube whenever we get a chance, and we are looking forward to posting better results in terms of scoring. Yeah.
Thank you very much. And these are members of our representing the Deaflympic basketball team. Yes, we have got Mercy Mideva, who is a player, and we wish you all the best. Point guard, she's the one who controls all the play. Yeah?
Yes,
she's the boss of the team as to how they do all of that. And we've also got the coach here, Mercy Chepkoi. Mary Chepkoi. Sorry. It's okay. Sorry, my apologies.
It's okay.
So we now take a break with a story of Elizabeth Kasidi, who's a prodigy in chess. And when you come back, let's talk about the swimmers Ali Hamadi Juma, Jimale Suhaib, and also the Secretary General, Deaf Swimming Federation, Charles Odira. They're coming to join us.
And I'm 10 years old, and I stay in Kitale, and my school name is Kitale School. I love chess because it's an interesting game that helps me to improve my psychology, and it helps me to know what to do in life. My favorite subjects at school are maths, home science, English, and PE. I love them because mostly I love PE because it helps me to be physical fit. For a tournament like this, like it has a long-term game, so I have to stay for long, so it helps me to be physical fit. One day I was just murmuring around. Then at school I saw people playing this game. I asked what it is. Then they told me it's a game called chess, and it was so interesting because I went to ask my dad what's chess, and then my dad was so happy and he told me that he used to play it when old time, so I wanted to try that thing. Chess helps me in school because it, like in maths, it's easy for me to calculate because I'm used to calculate on the board, and it's really good because sometimes I always get high grades in maths. I always train very hard before a tournament. Actually, my teachers at school always complain because I put more focus in chess, but I always try my best to work on my studies too. I always do chess early in the morning, and then afternoon I always play some little bit of games, then I start studying. My mom is a teacher at my school. My dad is a chess coach. So my dad helps me sometimes with the school works, and my mom always helps me too with school work. So when I have a problem with chess, I go to my dad. Or maybe my mom is not around, I go to my dad and he helps me do the academic work. I've won a lot of tournaments. Mostly I've won several. We went to Ghana and I got a silver medal. We two played the finals. I was a position 1. We played the qualifiers. I was position 1. And there are more other tournaments that I always get a gold medal in each category. Actually, the only medal that I've never got as bronze. I only have gold. The only silver medal is from Ghana. The first one was I was just starting chess, I told my dad to pay for me the tournaments, so I got position 2. My dad was so happy because actually I was just being told how to move the pieces and everything, and they just told me full spade checkmate, so that's what I used to do, and then I won. That's the way I won the tournament. I've won so many tournaments, but the one who I always love is the first one because that tournament was amazing. We ate good things at school, and it was good because I had to win a gold medal for my first time. Chess is not only for boys and girls, and people say that boys are stronger in chess, but it doesn't matter because it matters to the psychology, and the more you can meet the boy and you start fearing. And it's always like this, that when a girl beats a boy, it's like a miracle, but it's not a miracle. It matters with the strength, who's stronger. I'd like to say thank you to my coach, Coach Ben and Coach Hugh. And I'd like to say thank you to my parents for supporting me for this whole time. And thank you so much.
And welcome back to Sports Check this Monday morning. And we're having a quick fire set of interviews with Deaf Team Kenya to the Deaf Olympic Games Tokyo 2025. Bottom right of your screen is our sign language interpreter, Lensa Odingo. And also joining us, you're going to be hearing a voice of a lady, Minnie Mbesa. She's going to be doing the translation for the swimming team that, the representation of the swimming team that's going to be representing the country at the Deaf Olympic Games Tokyo. And on my immediate left, we have got Charles Odira, who is the Secretary General of the Kenya Deaf Swimming Federation. Welcome. And then we've got a young man there who's breaking, and this is a big moment for him. Jimale Suhaib, a big moment. He's going to be representing the country in Tokyo. And then we've got also Ali Hamadi Juma, who is a deaf swimmer. On my far left, he's right there. And let's start with you, Secretary General, Charles Odira. Just give us the process that you used to select the team that's going to Tokyo, including Jimale and Ali.
Thank you so much for inviting me to this interview. It's my first time to be here at KCB. My name, as you have heard, I am Charles, and I'm representing the deaf swimmers in Kenya. Now back to your question about how we selected the teams. We had to call them from different counties. We trained them, and then we could access and see how they were performing. And during the competition for the selections, we went for the national trials, and then we did the selections, and that's why we came up with this team composition.
Okay, very well. And let's talk to a young member of the team, Jimale Suhaib. Jimale, just tell us how you felt when you were selected to represent Kenya in Tokyo.
I was very excited. And my name is Suhaib Jimale, and I'm 15 years old, and I'm a very good swimmer. I started at Aga Khan School for the Deaf, and then I went to Isinya School for the Deaf, and that's where I also started my swimming.
Mm-hmm. And eventually getting selected to Team Kenya because you're good. And Suhaib, what I can tell you, making it to Team Kenya, this is what I would say. So let's just see, how does it feel now that you are going to be going to Tokyo and flying the Kenyan flag?
Thank you for your question. My name is Ali Juma, and I was born in Kenya. And personally, I've been a swimmer. And my goal is to get a medal. And I pray for all swimmers also to participate very well and be the best, and to get the bronze, the medals, the silver, and the gold. And when I was selected, I felt so good. And I believe I'm going to represent our team, Kenya, very well. Thank you.
So, SG, you could just, give us the different disciplines that you are having for, the team, including what Suhaib and Ali are in. Just take us through that.
In swimming, we have 4 types of sports. We have the breaststrokes, we have the freestyle, we have the backstrokes, and we have butterfly. So in the 4, our players are going to participate in all, And they're going to compete in 50 meters, 100 meters, and we are going to ensure that they get the best skills during the training before they travel to Tokyo.
Okay, so let's, we're coming to close of this interview. Ali, over to you, looking at your events. Which is your strongest event heading into Tokyo?
I'm very good at breaststrokes, that is 100 meters. I'm also very good at freestyle, 100 meters, and I'm also going to do the backstrokes. And it all depends with the time. So for me to achieve the gold, I must ensure that I'm very fast enough to compete with the rest of the teams.
Mm-hmm. And let me come to you, Suhaib. Which is your strongest event? And, being a young person, the one that you want to do, do more in future?
Personally, I like competing in the 100 meters, that is the freestyle.
Mm-hmm. Well, and we're going to do that. And looking at SG, when you're doing training, one of the things is that you have to use an Olympic standard pool. So what are the efforts that you're doing, or what do you want to see done to make sure that you have standard pools that can be used, by your team and by the, or overall by the Kenya Deaf Swimming Federation?
When we talk about the standards, we have the international standards, and we are following the international standard rules for all the swimmers. So what we are making sure we follow them, how we are making sure that we follow them, is to ensure that we have very good swimming pools. And for example, some of the rules that we have are you have when you are doing the strokes, there's a way you turn, and when you are turning, there's a way that you are supposed to tap on the wall of the swimming pool. So we want to ensure that we have the best pools in Kenya.
All right, there you've had it. And we've got Charles Odira, Secretary General, Kenya Deaf Swimming Federation. And we've got 100-meter swimmer, Male Suhaib and Ali Hamadi Juma. And as they go, I want them to give that shout, Watu Wajue, that they are Team Kenya. What I would like you, maybe, Mini, you can help me out with this. Just ask them to say, we are Team Kenya. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they can do it once again.
We are Team Kenya.
There you've had it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Welcome.
You're welcome.
Thank you and welcome. Yes, that I know. And you can see we're having lots of fun. And so far, 3 teams down. And next, we are going to be having the handball team. Coach Jack Herbert and also Joel Kiel will be joining us on set. And there's also going to be a swap at the sign language interpretation desk. We are going to have Esther Kendi, who is going to be, doing this for us. So the coach and also the captain, Joel Kilu. So the coach can come and join us right here. And also we shall have the captain Kilu over there. Handball, one of the sports, when you take a look at is, Kenya has been growing a lot. And when you look at the Deaf Olympics team participating in this, there has been a lot of growth in this sport. And so right now, let me introduce those who are going to be doing that. Again, our sign language interpreter this time around is going to be Esther Kendi. What Esther is going to be doing is, as Joel Kielu speaks, then she's going to be giving you the voice of that. And so also she's going to be assisting. She's also going to be our sign language interpreter in studio so that Joel Kielu can get to hear what I'm going to ask and I'm going to do. And remember, the 21 games, that was the 24th Summer Deaflympics taking place in Caxias do Sol in Brazil. Kenya had a total of 24 medals and they picked 5 gold, 7 silver and 12 bronze medals. So when you take a look at that, including, for example, handball, where the women's team was there and the men's team was also represented in that. So what are the expectations? And let me start with Jack Herbert, who is the coach of the handball team. He's here, he's on my immediate left. And we've got the captain of the men's team, Joel Kilu. He's there. Joel, welcome.
Thank you so much. My name is Joel Kilu, and this is how you say my name in sign language. I'm the handball captain, where I play the center-back position.
And coach, let me come to you because let's look back at 2022 in Caxias do Sol in Brazil and the overall performance of the men's and women's teams and the lessons learned from that championship.
First of all, I thank you. My name is Jack Herbert, coach handball Deaflympics. As you've asked me, since our last competition in the Deaflympics in Caxias, Brazil, the men's team were number 6. And since then, coming back to Kenya, we've been training very hard, especially we've been competing in the Hearing National Handball League in Kenya. So I can say that since then up to now, we've prepared very, very well, looking forward for the Deaflympics in Tokyo, Japan.
Mm-hmm. And looking at, the results that were there, when, in the men's competition, Kenya finishing in 6th place. What are some of the improvements that you have seen with the team? And I'm talking to Captain Joel Kilu, such that we can see Team Kenya finish, not just 6th as was last time, but we can see them grow to 4th, 3rd against strong sides like Croatia, Serbia, and the rest.
Okay, thank you so much for the question. In 2022, when we were in Brazil, finishing number 2, we were having challenges with our defense and our attack. So that's where we were missing a lot of things. So I think handball was still new to us. But now through the coach's help, I'm telling you, we are on fire. The team spirit is there. And when you're going to Japan, you're not coming for number 5 as an improvement. You're going for number 3 or number 2 or a better position. So through the experience which you've gained over the years from playing with the league and gelling with other teams, we are going to bring medals and certificates back.
And coach, let me come to you. And looking at the sport of handball itself, the key developmental areas that you had to put when it comes to the Kenyan Deaflympic team.
I can say that the key areas which we've developed, of course, is on defense. If we play good defense, we're going to win a match. Any good defense will win matches and will win championship. So I can say we've put more emphasis on defense. And of course, again, we've come with a strategy of improving our attack, which is speed. We are in a very tough pool against the defending Olympic champions, Croatia, France, and Germany. But I can say we are equally good. Why am I saying we are equally good? Is, as I've said, we've been competing with the hearing. And you can imagine if in the hearing for the last 25th year, right, we were number 20 out of 26 teams. So you can see if we can beat some of the hearing teams, it gives us a good platform to compete at the Olympic competition.
And I want you, Captain, handball Captain Joel Kilu, to give us an assessment of your pool. How have you been watching teams like Croatia, France? They've got a big handball culture, and also Germany, who Kenya played against in 2021 in Caxias do Sol in Brazil.
Okay, thank you so much. In the Pool B, I'll say it's not easy because we're meeting Serbia for the first time and we have not really rated their game yet. But for Croatia, being rated at the top level is actually a challenge. But we know we have really studied their game, how they play. We have watched their matches on YouTube, their defense, their playing tactics. We have really captured and make sure we've capitalized on it to make sure when we meet them, we are going to be giving them a challenge.
Well, overall expectation, Coach?
Overall expectation, we want to compete with our sister team, which is athletics. If they bring medals, we also bring medals. Yes.
Oh yeah, and there's also the golf team. At least we'd like to see a gold coming from Isaac Makoha.
Thank you.
All right, so right now, we're coming to a close of this interview, but I want to ask, Damien, where you please come in. I want them to come and give us a cheer here. Damien, come in. Mini, come in. You can all come line up here behind Coach and the team. Please also, Coach Mary, come in. SG, come in. We want the Team Kenya. Please come here and join us as we close because we want that shout again, that big shout out again. We are Team Kenya. So all the athletes, please come in. Yes, you can come. Yeah, come. You can ask them to come in. Coach Joyce Odhiambo, you are also there. And Susan, I want you to do this for me. Please just come sit here. I want them to say, we are Team Kenya. Just go around the cameras and so that she can come in also. She's part of Team Kenya. Come in, Esther, so that you can come in. And then Susan will help us say, this is Team Kenya. So, Damian, you can come here. Give a shout out to the people of Kenya. I want that big shout as we close. This is Team Kenya. Okay. One more time.
This is Team Kenya.
Yes, and let's rate them. Thank you very much, Team Kenya, for being with us here this morning. It's a big, big moment. We wish you well as you travel to Japan. Remember, the games take place from the 15th of November to the 26th of November. Then Kenya Tokyo 2025. Thank you very much for being with us. Our sign language interpreter in studio, right there in the booth, has been Lensa Odingo. And we'd also like to thank Susan Thuku coming in here, Minnie Mbesa for giving the voice, Esther Kendi, and also Damien Evans. And to Team Kenya, thank you and all the best. My name is Daniel Wahome. We take a break, and next will be Kurunzi Mashinani, followed by Tamrini. Have a great day.
Want to enjoy free-to-air digital TV with crystal clear quality? Here's how to get started with Signet. Step 1. If you have a smart TV, you're good to go. Next, connect the aerial to your TV. Now, do an auto search on your TV. Just follow the prompts on the screen. And that's it. You're now tuned in to Signet. Sit back and enjoy a wide range of free-to-air digital channels. For technical inquiries, call the Signet hotline on 0770-572-656.
Friday night again. Greetings in the name of the Most High Jah Rastafari. My good name is Marley Moses, the Positive Warrior, alongside.
Yes, sir, DJ D-Rage, the baddest. Each and every Wednesday from 10 p.m. on KBC Channel 1 TV.
Tunakuletea the biggest reggae party in 254 in a yard extra niceness of reggae music,
extra dose of entertainment.
When the thing is nice, we
have to do it twice.
For Game On today, I'm privileged to have with me the first ladies coach for the women's national team. That is Starlets, and that is Beldin Odemba. You have met her so many times during our football analysis, but she has coached so many football teams, and she'll tell us about it. But first of all, salam alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
I like that.
Hey,
Beldin, how are you?
I'm fine.
I'm happy to see you with the national team, Starlets. It's a privilege. Just briefly, just tell me about your journey in football.
I started playing football way back when I was 12 years old. I played football and I started coaching, but just basic coaching. You play for the under 15 team, you coach an under 13 team, you play for an under 16 team, you coach an under 14 team. So it was just basic coaching with no coaching knowledge, but it stirred passion. After a few years, I stopped coaching. I went to management, football management, and then I did some journalism, that is print media. And then I came back to the pitch to coach the junior teams. So I coached the boys' junior teams, and then I got one girls' team in Kariobangi. And then from that, I got a job in coaching. So I moved from Mta to now coaching an academy, that is Kariobangi Sharks. Then after Kariobangi Sharks, I went to FC Leopards Youth, coaching still Highway Secondary School. That is what a lot of people know me from, where a lot of people know me from. So it has been just a journey of pushing myself each and every day, getting classes here and there. We thank FKF that nowadays there are a lot of classes, coaching course classes. So it has been a good journey for us. They've made it a little bit easy for me until I've been in the national teams benches, but never as a head coach. Once as an assistant coach, most of the time as the team manager. I've done a lot of administration work, and then now I moved totally to the technical side. So my first assignment was the Kenya National Under 18, which we were supposed to play Sekafa, but we were not able to due to a lot of logistics and the school games, timings. It was a lot. And then after that, I got the privilege to come to the senior team. Not an easy task, not a hard task. It's just I'm looking for an easy word, like a transition. So slowly moving from this category to this other category. And so far, I thank God it has been a good journey for me.
When you look at your playing career, you look at yourself when you were playing and now as a coach, how does it compare?
Good thing is that if you're a coach who ever played, you already have the basics. You already understand the basics. That doesn't mean that you cannot be a coach if you never played. You can be. If you understand football, you can. But at least you get some basics, and sometimes you get the feel. So you want to push your players, but you've been there. You know how much you can push them. You know when it is too much, and you have that balance. So.
And now, if for those who don't know Beldin, she was with Highway, and that is, I think, that is when everybody got to know about her, and they achieved quite a lot locally and in East Africa. But you're supposed to go to Morocco. What happened?
Yes, we were supposed to go to Morocco, but I don't know where to place it. The thing is, we did not get funds. We do not know who was supposed to give us funds. We were leaning on the Kenya Secondary School Games Association to do a budget for us with the ministry or on behalf of the school, but they did not. So we had to source funds on our own. We tried through the governor, and he had promised that he was going to deliver, but then some things just happened and it was not possible for us. So it was due to financial constraints that we didn't make it.
But you have achieved a lot with Highway. Just briefly tell us about that.
Okay, Highway is my project. Sometimes I see people saying that anacoach Highway, anacoach wapi. Highway is my project. It's like a baby that we've given birth to. But it didn't start in Highway. It started in Kangema High School. So I have these players who are playing in junior categories. They go to school until class 8, and then after class 8 they do not have parents are not financially able to take them to the next level. So I started a project of looking for schools for those boys, making sure that they go to school, and I went to a number of schools, but then Highway gave it to me as a project. So they allowed me to bring players, a good number of players every year. Right now I have more than 30 players at the Highway Secondary School who are given scholarship. They're not paying anything at the school, and they're playing soccer for the school, and at the same time they're doing well in school. So I get the best of the talent, the best that I believe, and then in return I coach them. So I don't work for Highway. I'm not paid in Highway, but it's my own project. Yes.
And you have won so many trophies, of course.
Yes, with Highway, yes, I have won a number of trophies. We've played a number of tournaments. We were once Nairobi region champions, East Africa finalists. We were hoping to go to Morocco and make it to the finals. And we're still working towards it. It's not over. The dream is not over.
You have a big assignment coming up. Just tell us about Kenya Police Women Football Club and how you want to transform them.
Coaching a women's team, a KWPL side, is a good thing for me. I'm getting experience daily. I am learning daily. I am getting difficulties daily and trying to solve. It is a coach's job to see and meet a lot of difficulties in technical, tactical, and work on them. It is something that is giving me an edge and making me better. For example, national assignments are only during FIFA calendars. That might be 2 weeks or less than 2 weeks, 3 or 4 times in a year. I need somewhere to sharpen myself. I need somewhere to keep on building experience, and Kenya Police is giving me that.
Finally, in Starlets, how do you see the women's team going? We have WAFCON coming up and a lot ahead. Where do you see them going under your tutelage?
Our first hurdle is our match against Cameroon. That is the reality that we have right now. If we go past this hurdle, we'll go past all other hurdles. So I'm starting with this one. Then we're pushing it so that it all goes well. If all goes well, then I believe that we shall make more bigger and better steps.
How is the blend so far?
The blend so far is good. Dogo is an outgoing player. He's one of the players who will just come in and blend with your team any day. The blend with the international and the local players so far so good.
Expectations? Your expectations in the 2 legs?
Is to make Kenyans happy. Yes.
We've been speaking to Beldin Odemba, and of course there is a big debate about women football, and there is a renaissance in Kenya because now we have KWPL sides which have been declared mandatory for all the clubs, which is good for football. And FIFA World Cup was this year, and there was a lot of promise. Actually, it was a very good tournament, but behind the scenes a lot was happening. Finally, when you talk about women's football and coaching, do you think we need to have female coaches or male coaches given what happened in Spain?
Coaches are just coaches. We have never had a coaching course for men and a coaching course for women. We've never had this kind of football for men or this kind of play the same football. The thing is, who gives more motivation? Who steers the team, the team's belief and the team spirit? Who can do it well? I keep on urging my fellow women coaches to just come up, show up, push the team. I'm sure we can do it, and we can do it better than men. So with the debate, it's who has the team spirit. Yes.
And finally, parting shot, who is Beldin Odemba, or what we see here, apart from what we see?
Beldin Odemba, first of all, is a wife. I'm married, and I'm a mother of 4 kids. None of them is playing football. I just hope that the young